Are the Sony reflex cameras really reflex cameras? This seems to be a joke, but actually there is some misconceptions and misunderstandings about this purpose, because as we know, Sony is the leader, is one of the leaders in production for production mirrorless. Okay, the Sony are the most popular mirrorless, I think, in the world. But Sony, like the other companies, before mirrorless, makes reflex cameras. Okay, and we have one example right here. This is the Sony A350, which is a reflex. As you can see in the mirror, I'm moving behind the mirror. Okay, and you can see through the mirror and also through the lens. Okay, here we are. You can see through the lens. Okay. Okay, but not all Sony reflex cameras are reflex, and this is really interesting thing, because Sony makes something really interesting: the SLT cameras. SLT cameras, which is the acronym for a single translucent lens. But it's something interesting. It's different from the DSLR, which are digital single reflex lens. And what are those differences? A reflex is really easy. We have the sensor or the film. We have the mirror. The mirror, what is doing? The mirror is going up the light to the pentaprism, which is called the reflex pentaprism, and that's why those cameras are called the reflex. It turns the image because it's upside down. It turns in the reverse mode, and you can see the image through the lens. This works also with the off camera, switched off camera, because it's a physical thing. The light comes mirror up pentaprism, and you can see through the to the pentaprism and the mirror. Okay, this is a reflex. It's really nice. And what happens when you take the picture? Let me see if it works. 1 second picture, for example. Look at that. Okay, that's happened. The mirror go up and let the light go through the sensor. Amazing. And when the picture is finished to do, the mirror come down and you can see again the image. When it's up the mirror, you can see nothing. Okay, and this is a reflex. Easy peasy. What is mirrorless? Mirrorless, as you can hear from the name, mirrorless doesn't have the mirror. Look at that. You can see the sensor directly. This is a picture with a mirror, with a mirror lens. Okay, and a picture with a mirrorless, it's quite easy. Take picture and that's it. You don't have the pentaprism reflex. That's why there is not reflex. You don't have the mirror. And what is this viewfinder that you can see here? Is an AVF. It's electronic viewfinder. This is optical because it works optically, and this is electronic. Okay, the electronic viewfinder is like the screen behind the camera, but smaller, and with the lenses that you can see with your eyes closed. But it is a mini monitor. Okay. And the SLT, it's something in between. Look at that. As you can see, there is a sort of mirror, but you can see also the sensor. Okay, mirror, sensor. What the hell? What the fuck? Yeah, this is a mirror, but it's fixed. This mirror doesn't come out like this one. No, this is fixed. Okay. And this is not a completely mirror. It's 1/3 of a mirror, because this mirror allows to pass 2/3 of light from to the sensor. Okay, and that's why you can see the sensor, because the sensor is exposed to light. Also with the mirror down. This is a translucent mirror. That's why it's called SLT. And 1/3 of light goes down to the image autofocus sensor. Okay. Because this camera is like a mirrorless. You have an electronic viewfinder. This here is electronic. Okay, this mini monitor you put on your eye, because as you can see here, If I move behind the camera, nothing happens. It's completely black because light doesn't pass through here like this one. Yeah, sorry. And 2/3 of light comes to the sensor, 1/3 to the autofocus system, because you can see like a mirrorless, but actually you have the good autofocus from the reflex, because the earliest mirrorless has really bad autofocus, bad, but reflex, good autofocus, okay, because they was developed for more years. And reflex has good autofocus, and this SLT has the goods of both. It's good electronic viewfinder, you can see the image like what will come, but you have the good autofocus of reflex. The con of this thing, you lose 1/3 of light. Sad? Okay, but you lose this light. But anyway, this is fixed mirror. It doesn't have shaky when you shot, because if you shot with this one, shot please. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's a little bit noisy. There's more vibration. Let's see this one. Let's use the same time. It's less than this one. It's vibrating. Anyway, it's less shaky, one con of this camera. And this is the SLT. It's a hybrid from reflex and mirrorless. Yeah, that's all. I want these cameras are interchangeable, has the same mount, same autofocus system. You can use one or the other one, but this is more similar to mirrorless. What you see, what you get, because you see from the sensor here, you see from the mirror and the pentaprism. In both of them, you see from the lens. It's also a single lens, but this is no reflex. And that's it. Let me know in the comments if you know how this camera works. If you don't know, I hope to be helpful for you. Grazie. These lenses, which are made for SLT and reflex Sony, you can use on mirrorless, but you have to use an adapter. You can use an expensive adapter like this one, which maintains in most of cases autofocus, or you can use cheap adapters like this one, piece of metal, manual focus, but actually it works, it's nice. And also use the distance from the sensor, because you have huge space here for the mirror, and mirrorless doesn't need this space. Ok, that's all for today. Grazie mille, siete bellissimi. We will see you in the next video. Thumbs up. Bye bye.